dear friends. Today we are going to try to escape from CATNAP Barry's prison.
Yeah, hello everyone. On our way, we will face challenging yet exciting obstacles. We will also have to fight the main boss of this prison. So, let's get started.
First, we need to escape from the cell through the ventilation system. Luckily, our police station is much more secure and well-planned.
I agree. If our station wasn't so modern and secure, the number of escapes would increase significantly, and it would be much harder to catch criminals.
It looks like we need to press this button to activate the parkour. I can't even imagine why they would build a parkour course in the prison's ventilation system.
Maybe it's all designed to give the smartest prisoners a chance to escape. And at the end, they get an invitation to work at a government scientific lab.
Quick, press the button and go around him. Considering how chubby he is, he'll never catch us. So, where were we? I'd lean more towards the theory that this was all built by Mr. Beast, and he's filming another massive video involving lots of people and animals. Although we don't seem to remember how we got here.
Great, we got away from the pot-bellied police officer, but that wasn't too difficult.
Better not celebrate too early, or we might slip on the pipe and land right back in his paws.
We go back into the ventilation shaft. Hopefully Freddy doesn't jump out from around the corner.
Oops, we ended up in the men's restroom. Let's try not to get into an awkward situation.
Someone didn't flush the toilet. Guys, make sure to flush after yourselves.
Oh, a hidden tunnel in the restroom. Great, grab the shovel and let's put our natural instincts to use.
Main thing is not to dig like this in Minecraft.
Well, we didn't fall into lava, lucky us, but ahead I see a parkour course that looks very unsafe.
Sheriff Labrador, I think this will be a very easy parkour for you, since we all know you're a natural-born parkourist.
It's true, Dobie. Thank you for believing in me, but I wasn't born a natural parkourist. I learned it through hard work and dedication back when I was in school. I've already shared this story in detail in another one of our videos. If you haven't heard about it, make sure to check out our other videos. It's a really interesting story.
Did you see? Looks like a giant boulder rolled down there. We need to be more careful.
I understand. Looks like a boulder is rolling towards us right now. There are spots here not by accident to dodge it.
Got it. We're almost there. This is the last time.
I kind of like this place. There are cool fountain waterfalls here. I'm sure it's very hot outside this location.
Right now, I just feel the horror of this place. We're currently in a cave beneath the prison.
I wonder where we're heading up to. I think one of the mini-bosses is waiting nearby. We've come quite far from our prison cell.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to encounter Dog Day too. Let's hide in that room.
It seems we need to press this lever to open the gates.
Oh no, he caught us. I hope we won't have to start everything over again.
No, the gates are open, so everything is saved and we can proceed further.
He's faster than us. I hope he doesn't catch up to us now.
Dobie, remember that game we played last summer? The one where we investigated a series of robberies in the megacity?
Of course, Lab. It was incredibly exciting. We felt like real detectives, and every time we managed to solve the next crime, it felt heroic.
Exactly. Remember when we caught that bandit hiding in the dark alleys? It was a real challenge, but thanks to our teamwork, we pulled through.
Cop games have always been our favorites. We can really get into character and act like true, law-abiding crime fighters.
Plus, these games help us not only have fun, but also improve our teamwork. We learn to trust each other, coordinate actions, and make quick decisions in tough situations.
And it's a great way to unwind after a stressful day on duty. We can relax, forget about daily worries, and dive into an exciting gaming world.
And let's not forget how we sometimes hilariously react to funny situations in the game. I'll never forget the time you almost got stuck in a window trying to catch a thief.
Well, Lab, I can't wait for us to meet up again tonight and embark on a new adventure. As a team, we can solve any puzzle and keep the city safe.
Absolutely, Dobie. Together, we're unstoppable.
It seems we need to go up into the ventilation. We'll need a ladder. I think it's in the storeroom.
Exactly. Good guess. I remembered a story about how we saved our planet and even became astronauts for it. It was a quiet evening when a strange signal came through the radio in our cozy town on Earth. Dobie and I immediately sensed something was wrong. The voice of an engineer from the Space Center informed us of a terrible threat. The moon had veered off its orbit and was heading towards Earth.
We exchanged looks and without hesitation made a decision. We had to take action. The next few days were spent in intensive astronaut training courses. Who would have thought that ordinary sheriffs like us would be tasked with saving the planet in space?
Meanwhile, our engineers weren't sitting idle. They developed a special device, a powerful rocket engine that could be installed on the surface of the moon to alter its trajectory.
Finally, launch day arrived. We donned specially made spacesuits and, together with a team of specialists, lifted off towards the moon. At that moment, I felt like part of something extraordinary. Our mission to save humanity.
After a difficult and tense flight, we successfully landed on the moon. Our paws trembled with excitement as we began to install the rocket engine. This was our chance to avert disaster.
With each passing minute, our confidence grew. Carefully, we activated the engine and began to adjust the moon's orbit. The strength of our unity and determination was our greatest weapon in this incredible situation.
Finally, the mission was accomplished. Dobie and I left the moon on a new trajectory that no longer posed a threat to Earth.
Meanwhile, Labrador, you and I have turned 3 valves and are already rushing to the next challenge.
Crawling through the vents again. There are too many of them on this map. I'm tired of them already.
I understand how you feel, but hang in there just a little bit longer. I can already sense that the next boss is close.
Dobie, do you know which game all these characters we're encountering in this place are from?
Of course I know, Lab. What a question. It's not a game, but the amazing Digital Circus series. I'm eagerly awaiting the next episode. But one thing puzzles me. I don't recall CATNAP and Dog Day being there. It seems the creator of this place decided to merge several universes into one, which makes it so interesting to meet characters from different games in one place.
Wow, where did we fall? Are we right at the boss already?
It looks like you're right, Labrador. Oh no, he spotted us. Quick, grab the food Zuka and blast him in the face.
In principle, we're faster than him, so he won't cause us any trouble.
Let's make him swallow this pineapple. He deserves it.
Interesting idea. If this bazooka had an infinite supply of food, that would indeed be very convenient. It could be used not only for defense, but also as a food creator for the whole day. A great cost-saving measure.
Yeah, it would be great if you could choose the food it shoots. I would always go for chips. Too bad they're bad for your health.
His HP is already very low. We almost got him.
Let's do this.
Hooray! We did it. Great job, Dobie.
Oh, why is he so scary?
It's interesting how he exploded. We flew several dozen meters away. Honestly, I even felt a little sorry for him, as he was so slow and helpless.
But that's just a diversion to make us relax and not handle the final boss. So let's gather all our strength and move forward to the next challenge.
It's a pity we didn't bring the sled. You're right, let's not pay attention to it. It was just another challenge.
Let's tell the guys another amazing story to keep ourselves entertained on the way to the final boss. It was an ordinary day when we received an unexpected call at our station. On the other end of the line was a little turtle boy who was crying and pleading for help. He was lost in the sewer and couldn't find his way out. Labrador and I quickly gathered our gear and set out to rescue him.
As we navigated through the dark tunnels, we encountered some angry crocodiles. They clearly weren't happy to see us, but instead of fighting, we decided to try negotiating.
I stepped forward and explained the situation. The leader of the crocodiles, old and wise, listened to us and decided to help. He warned us about the dangers, but allowed us to pass.
We found the little turtle boy, trembling with fear, and guided him to the surface. The crocodiles kept their word and didn't harm us.
That story really warmed my heart. But you know what, Labrador? I can already feel that we're about to face the final boss. Are you ready for it?
Of course, Dobie. We're sheriffs. We're always ready for this.
Something I don't see the food Zuka in the inventory. I hope we get a weapon.
And here he is. Well, hello, Barry Catnap. It's time to battle you.
Catch this banana.
Dobie, it looks like we need to shoot not food into his mouth, but at his weapons. His minigun hands. I think they'll explode and trigger a chain reaction, causing the robot to explode.
Not a bad theory, Lab. Let's put it to the test.
Let's start shooting at the right hand, or rather, from his perspective, the left hand.
We're doing really well. One arm is already damaged.
By the way, while we're shooting at his arms and his HP is decreasing, it does mean that my theory is correct and we're doing everything right.
Victory is close. Half of the HP of the second arm is gone too. Let's push harder.
I'm getting tired already, to be honest. I wish they could give us a more powerful weapon.
Yeah, we did it! I hope we won't get thrown a kilometer away this time.
Another place completed in Roblox. Thanks, Dobie, for your help.
Thank you, too. It was an unforgettable adventure. Let's get out of this cursed prison as soon as possible.
We just need to get into this truck, and then we'll accomplish our goal. That means it's time to finish. Therefore, let's move on to the next place. Hello, everyone. Sheriff Labrador here. Can you guess who we're escaping from today? And by the way, I'm not alone.
Yes, Dobby is here too.
As you can see, we're in the house trapped by the evil grandmother. Our task for today is to escape from here. We need to be quiet so as not to wake her up.
But it's not that simple. Don't let her age fool you. She has built a complex of challenges in her house.
Look, she threw away our photo. It seems she hates us.
Let's start the escape. Oh, look, this is a photo of that old man we've already run away from. Looks like they're married.
Oh no, I hope she doesn't wake up from this. Yes, I remember how we escaped from that old man. Be sure to check it out on our channel.
Wow, it looks like this vent led straight to the attic of this house. I hope that Grandma doesn't catch us here. Oh, she even set up mines.
She probably loves cats since there's a photo of one hanging in her attic. Although, all grandmas love cats.
Why do you think this old lady put us in a cage?
As she probably wanted to make soup out of us.
Oh, look, I just noticed we're at a great height, and there are spikes below us.
I hope we don't fall right into the grandmother's mouth when we come out of the ventilation.
I hope so too. It would be tragic if she ate us right away.
There's a lot of dust in this ventilation. It's driving me crazy.
Oh, look, this grandma is right in front of us. I hope she doesn't wake up right now. Let's jump onto her belly.
Oh, that was unexpected, but it's good she didn't notice us.
Look, are those teeth in a jar? Fee!
I agree, that's disgusting. All right, we need to hurry before she wakes. I didn't even get to finish my sentence.
She's running right after us.
Shoo, what are these snotty green cookies? We'd better not step on them.
She's even farting.
Oh no, she's too close. She might grab us by the tail.
Look, there's a red button in front of us. We need to press it quickly.
This button opened a passage ahead. Let's run there before the evil grandma catches us.
Oh, look how red the evil grandma turned. We should jump next to her.
Look, now she's not even paying attention to us.
There are so many cookies here. I was right when I said she really loves cookies.
The evil grandma is so clumsy that she even knocked over the glass of milk.
Grandma completely forgot about us. She's not even trying to chase us anymore.
Oh, look, it's a giant fan that will lift us straight up.
There are traps along our path set by the evil grandma, but we won't give up. We'll easily overcome them.
I completely agree with you, Dobie. There are no obstacles on our path that we cannot overcome.
Oh, we almost fell back down. We need to be more careful.
Hooray, we've overcome those traps.
Don't celebrate too soon. Let's see what awaits us next behind this door.
Look, we've ended up in some sort of dungeon.
Let's jump on these geysers. I think they'll help us move forward.
Hey, Dobie, don't you think it's getting too hot in here?
I agree with you. It's getting too hot here. Let's get out of here quickly and eat some cold ice cream.
Shoo, the board broke right under us. I hope that doesn't happen again.
Look, there's ventilation again. I think we should climb into it.
The ventilation is dusty again. I hope there are no spiders here.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see a giant spider here.
Oh no, we fell into the room where the evil grandma is knitting.
I hope we don't meet her here. I wouldn't want her to knit a scarf out of us.
Listen, it sounds like something gigantic is rolling nearby. Oh, Dobie, I wasn't imagining it. A giant ball of yarn just rolled past us. Oh no, we didn't quite make it to the safe spot in time. I hope we can reach a safe spot before the next one squashes us flat.
I think we just had a bit of bad luck with the timing.
How convenient that there are holes in the walls. If they weren't there, we would have been flattened a long time ago.
Oh, I can see the exit. I hope the end is near.
Hey, Dobie, to make it more exciting as we head towards the final showdown with the evil grandma, let's remember how we saved the city from the evil robot.
Of course, it was one of those days when everything seemed calm until the nightmare began. The sky darkened and a giant evil robot appeared on the horizon, casting a shadow over our town. The townsfolk were panicking, and we, Sheriffs Dobie and Labrador, knew we had to act fast.
First, we had to calm the people down and organize the evacuation of those in the danger zone. But then we decided to find out more about this monstrous machine.
We were shocked to discover that the robot was controlled by a deranged inventor who had lost control of his creation. The robot was rampaging through the town, causing havoc and destruction.
We realized there was no time to waste. We needed to act swiftly to save the town. We assembled a team and gathered all the resources we could find to stop this mechanical menace.
We devised a plan to disable the robot. It was risky, but we had no other choice. We had to protect our town and its people.
Using our knowledge of mechanics and some heavy-duty equipment, we managed to create a powerful electromagnetic pulse, EMP, device. Our goal was to get close enough to the robot to activate the EMP and shut it down.
With the help of our brave team, we set up a diversion to distract the robot while we got into position. It was dangerous, but we were determined to succeed.
As the robot focused on the diversion, Dobie and I made our move. We got close enough to activate the EMP, and with a loud hum, the robot started to malfunction.
The giant robot staggered and then collapsed, its systems fried by the EMP. The immediate threat was over, but we knew we had to secure the area and ensure the robot was completely disabled.
Working together, we dismantled the robot piece by piece, making sure it couldn't be reactivated. The townsfolk began to emerge from their hiding places, grateful and relieved.
Saving the town from the giant robot, we understood that the power of our unity and determination could overcome any challenge. Thanks to our joint effort, the town was saved, and Labrador and I are proud to have helped our community in its hour of need.
Did you see that giant pool filled with cookies? She's definitely crazy.
Yeah, but there's a trap here. Of course, it didn't work on us, but it was still scary. One wrong move and it's all over.
Look, there's another big fan here. Hopefully there are fewer traps this time around.
This fan has propelled us to crazy speeds.
I love speed, especially when I'm racing on my police bike to respond to calls.
Oh, look, the airflow from the fan lifted us up.
Let's jump carefully so we don't fall into the abyss.
This challenge room is longer than I thought. Hopefully, we'll get out of here soon.
Oh, there's a new obstacle ahead, but we're not afraid of it.
It's interesting why the evil old lady set up these challenges for us.
I think it's useless to dwell on that. Our main priority is to escape from here.
Oh, we weren't careful enough going through that obstacle course. Next time, we should watch our step more closely.
Carefulness and professionalism are crucial aspects of our work.
These pipes are taking us higher and higher. The main thing is not to fall into that abyss.
I think the exit from here is coming up soon. The key is not to rush, and everything will work out.
It's getting boring. Let's tell another story again.
With pleasure. It was one of those serene days when the sun was shining bright and the town was going about its usual business. But then came the relentless rain. At first, it seemed like a passing shower, but it soon became evident that this was no ordinary downpour. The streets were quickly flooding and panic spread among the townspeople. Sheriff Dobie and I knew we had to act swiftly.
First and foremost, we had to calm the frantic residents and swiftly organize the evacuation of those in the flood's path. It was a chaotic scene, with people desperately seeking higher ground as the waters rose.
Once the initial chaos was somewhat under control, we delved into understanding the cause of this sudden deluge.
To our astonishment, we discovered that a reckless scientist was to blame. He had been experimenting with weather control technology and inadvertently triggered this catastrophic flooding.
There was no time to waste. The safety of our town was at stake. We quickly assembled a team of rescuers and set out to confront this new challenge.
Together, we devised a plan to mitigate the flooding and clear the streets. It was risky, but in times of crisis, risks must be taken.
Using specialized equipment and strategic placements, we managed to divert the worst of the flooding away from populated areas and towards safer zones.
Through tireless effort and determination, we were able to stabilize the situation. The water levels began to recede, and the immediate danger passed.
As the town started to recover amidst the cleanup and restoration efforts, Dobie and I reflected on the resilience of our community. It was through our combined efforts and unwavering resolve that we managed to save our town from the brink of disaster.
The experience reinforced to us the importance of unity in the face of adversity. Together, we overcame the challenges posed by the flooding and emerged stronger as a community. Labrador and I take pride in having been able to assist our fellow townsfolk in their time of need.
Hey, Dobie, enough with the story. Look, there's a giant cookie in front of us. Let's get closer to it.
Let's grab it before the evil old lady comes.
I think it's a trap, so be prepared.
We're sheriffs after all. We're always ready.
I guessed it, but it was pretty obvious. What else could the grandma come up with? Look at how many of her clones are here.
When did she manage to multiply like this? I think we need to hurry, or they'll fill up this entire lawn.
Despite all our efforts, the clones of the evil old lady keep coming and coming.
We've already taken almost half of this old lady's health. It's good they gave us a bazooka instead of a revolver. Otherwise, we'd be fighting for a very long time.
Don't celebrate too soon. We need to be more careful or we'll end up trapped here forever.
I've noticed there are two types of grandmas here. Some die from one hit, while others have a lot of HP.
Hooray, we won! That was a thrilling battle.
Oh, I totally agree with you, Labrador. It was not an easy battle.
Now we just need to get out of this cursed house as quickly as possible.
Wow, what a car. It must be some powerful sports car. It even has cookie wheels. Since we defeated that grandma, it means we've accomplished our goal for today.
It looks like we're nearing the end of this level, so let's launch the next one. Hello, friends. It's me again, Sheriff Labrador, and today we have a special episode.
Hi, everyone. Yes, Sheriff Labrador, I am already excited.
Together with my loyal partner, Sheriff Dobie, we will tell you about the most beautiful and challenging mode in Roblox. Escape the Carnival of Terror Obby.
This mode is simply incredible. You enter a mysterious and eerie carnival full of dangers and unexpected twists.
Let's start from the very beginning. As soon as you enter the game, you are greeted by a spooky carnival lit only by dim lanterns. Dangerous traps and evil ghost clowns patrolling the area are scattered everywhere. Your task is to avoid them at all costs.
Exactly. The first stage is a maze of inflatable castles. You need to be very careful and quick not to fall into the clown's hands. I advise you to watch your step carefully to avoid the traps.
Yes, and that's just the beginning. Next, you will face the mirror room, where it is easy to get lost. The main thing here is to remember the path and not to panic. Mirrors can be deceiving, so don't let them confuse you.
And don't forget about the Ferris wheel. It looks beautiful, but inside it is full of dangerous mechanisms. You need to be very attentive and not stop, so you don't end up in a trap.
We need to go through these rusty pipes. Oh no, the fire touched us. We'll have to start over. And of course, we can't forget about the final part, the escape through the horror attraction. This is the most challenging part, where you will have to use all your skills and agility to reach the exit.
Friends, this mode is truly amazing. It is not only challenging, but also incredibly beautiful. We are sure you will love it. We are now in the very heart of the Carnival of Horrors, in the house of the Clownity. Just look at this grim place. We have to complete a parkour over old stinky pipes, and below us lies an abyss.
Yes, this is really frightening. The stinky pipes are not just a test of our agility, but also a true test of endurance. The foul smell is awful, but we need to focus and move forward.
Watch your step, Sheriff Labrador. If we slip, we'll fall into that bottomless pit. We need to be extremely careful and watch every step we take. Let's take this slowly and steadily.
Good plan, Sheriff Dobie. Do you see that narrow pipe ahead? We need to jump onto it and then move along the wall. The key is not to rush and to maintain our balance.
Great, I'm ready. Go ahead, Labrador, you first. I'll cover you. This is probably one of the toughest stages in this mode, but we'll make it, right?
Of course, Dobie. We're a team. Okay, one jump, then another. Carefully. Got it. Now it's your turn, Dobie.
Got it. I'm coming. One jump, another. Yes, I did it. Now we need to walk along this narrow pipe. It's slippery, so hold on tight.
Now we are in the scariest part, the torture room. There are saws everywhere, and we need to somehow make our way through this madness and get outside, where the clown's amusement park awaits us.
Yes, this is a real nightmare. These saws spin so fast that one mistake could cost us our lives. We need to move very carefully and precisely time our actions.
Look, Dobie, the saws move in a specific pattern. If you watch closely, you can catch the moment when they stop for a split second. That's when we need to dash through.
I made it through too. Can't you see me? Wow, look at this beautiful amusement park. The Ferris wheel, roller coasters, and so much more.
We're now running away from the scariest clown in this carnival. He wants to turn us into his dolls, and we urgently need to find a way to escape. Look, ahead of us is the Ferris wheel. That's our chance to get out.
Up, up! The clown is still behind us. Let's go, Labrador. We can do this.
Yes, we're at the top. What a view! From here, we can see the entire carnival. The clown won't catch us here.
Phew, that was intense. But we did it, Labrador. Now we're safe.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us likes. It's the best gift from you that each of you can give us.
For subscribing, I'll tell you a secret story. Our adventure began when we received an urgent call to the amusement park. Who would have thought that a giant dinosaur would appear in this creepy carnival and start wreaking havoc?
Yes, when we arrived, the scene was just terrible. The dinosaur knocked over the Ferris wheel, and it started rolling towards the sea. We realized that if it wasn't stopped, there would be big problems.
The first thing we did was try to get the dinosaur's attention so it would stop destroying the park. Labrador, do you remember how we used loud noises to distract it?
Of course, Dobie. We started sounding sirens and launching fireworks. It worked, and the dinosaur temporarily stopped. This gave us some time to figure out how to stop the Ferris wheel.
The wheel was almost at the sea when we realized we could use construction cranes to hold it back. We quickly climbed the nearest cranes and started moving them towards the wheel.
It was tough, but we made it in time. We stopped the wheel, and it ceased rolling. Meanwhile, the dinosaur started moving towards us again.
We knew we had to act quickly. While Labrador was dealing with the wheel, I went to find a way to calm the dinosaur. I found a big net and some strong tranquilizers. Just in time, we managed to sedate the dinosaur before it could start destroying everything again.
It was a real team effort. We saved the amusement park and prevented a huge disaster. Friends, always remember that in such situations, coordinated work and quick thinking are crucial.
Yes, Labrador, we did it! Friends, if you liked our story, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We are always ready for new adventures in the world of Roblox and are happy to share them with you.
Whoa, Dobie, this portal has teleported us to a new location. A volcano is erupting around us and lava is flowing beneath us. This is insane.
Yes, Labrador, this looks very dangerous. We have to be extremely careful. Look, there are many fire traps and challenging parkour ahead. We need to be quick and precise in our movements.
Right, Dobie, let's start by carefully observing the trajectory of these fire traps. We need to understand when they activate so we can dash through between the bursts.
Look, the first trap activates every 5 seconds. We have to wait for the right moment and quickly dash through. Ready?
Ready, 1, 2, 3, now. Great, I made it. Your turn, Dobie.
Here I go. Now! Who made it? Look, ahead is a narrow bridge over the lava. It looks very fragile, so we need to move slowly and carefully.
Keep your balance, Dobie. Look straight ahead and don't look down. We can make it if we're careful. One step at a time. Great, we're almost to the other side.
We did it, but there's another big fire trap ahead. We need to wait for the right moment again and dash through quickly.
Right, let's focus. Ready? 1, 2, 3, now. Whew, that was close, but we did it. Next, we need to jump over the lava flows.
Labrador, look, these platforms are moving. We need to time our jumps correctly to avoid landing in the lava. I'll jump first. Now! Great! I'm on the platform. Your turn.
Hey, here I come. Jump. Made it. We're doing great, Dobie. Just a few more jumps and we'll reach a safe place.
Come on, Labrador. Just a bit more. Jump. And another. Yes, we did it. We made it through all the fire traps and parkour.
Wow, do you see how beautiful and spooky it is here? It looks like someone is having a party. So, shall we go to their house? This clown hasn't had enough of us yet, and now we're going to play some mini-games from him. Wish us luck, subscribers. Dobie, remember the story about the clown park? Recently, we were called to the clown park. There were rumors that everyone who visited the clown's room disappeared without a trace. We decided to investigate.
Yes, Labrador. Those rumors were too strange to ignore. When we entered the park, the atmosphere immediately felt sinister, especially that clown room.
Exactly, Dobie. The entrance to the room was decorated with rusty chains and cracked masks that seemed to watch our every move. We immediately felt that something was very wrong here.
Inside, it was even worse. The walls were covered with faded posters of circus performances that looked like they came from an old nightmare. The air was thick with the smell of mold and decay.
Agreed. There were dolls scattered haphazardly on the floor, looking like they had been thrown in a hurry. And the walls had strange stains that resembled dried blood.
And those eerie clown paintings on the walls. They were painted with such creepy precision that it felt like the clowns were about to come to life. In the corner of the room, we found a huge chest labeled toys. But when we opened it...
Yes, inside were old tattered clown costumes and wigs. And one more thing, a small diary where someone had detailed the disappearances. It was horrifying.
Reading those entries was chilling. They described how the clown lured his victims by offering them a special performance. But none of them ever returned. We knew we had to be extremely careful.
We continued to search the room and found a hidden door behind one of the posters. Behind it was a narrow corridor leading into the darkness. We decided we had to find out what was down there.
The corridor led us to a massive door, which we found out was the dressing room.
It seems this is where the clown turned people into his friends, applying makeup to make them unrecognizable. This explains why no one ever returned. Those who left this room were completely transformed. Even their close friends and family couldn't recognize them. This is pure madness. I'm really nervous too. You never know what's waiting around the next corner, but I think this ramp might be our way out of this level.
Hold on, Labrador. We're taking off. Oh no, what is this darkness?
Hooray! We made it through this level, and that means we've finished our escape, but it's not time to say goodbye yet, because we're moving on. Hello, dear friends. As you can see, we are at school, which means today we will be escaping from Mr. Stinky.
Yeah, Hello, everyone. But first, we need to get out of the classroom. Crazy Mr. Stinky has hung our photo on the board and written that we're noobs. We need to prove him wrong.
We'll gladly do that. I think we'll manage it easily since we're real sheriffs. Let's activate the fire alarm and escape before anyone comes.
Sheriff Labrador, we have many tough challenges ahead, but we need to save our strength for the final boss battle.
Oops, it turns out he was very close the whole time. Looks like stealth isn't an option. Run!
He's looking at us so terrifyingly, with such a beastly smile. He's about to catch up with us. We need to speed up.
Did it seem like he pushed us with his belly? Maybe he's just trying to scare us or play with us. He probably just wants to see how we handle his challenges.
Ha ha ha! Why did he fall asleep? All right, better not take any chances.
Looks like someone before us tried to escape and stepped into this strange green liquid. I hope it's not snot.
Better snot than acid, I suppose.
We're climbing into the ventilation. We need to hold our breath to avoid choking on the dust.
Now we're gonna do a little parkour. We all remember that you're a professional at it, so I'm sure we'll pass through it without any mistakes. Looks like he's already awake. I hope he doesn't attack us now.
Just look at how creepy it looks. Why did he drill through the wall and peek at us through a hole instead of just setting up a camera?
Brr, very spooky. Maybe he thinks this will scare us and we won't be able to continue.
He won't scare us like this. We face scarier things. We just need to ignore him and focus on reaching our goal. We need to figure out how to open the gates.
I think those two buttons should open them. The question is whether we need to press them separately or at the same time.
It would seem unfair of the developer to make a door that can only be opened together. Well, we'll find out soon when we press the second button.
How much money and time do you think went into creating all these trials? He's really crazy. Why did he need to create all this just to watch crying children?
Great! The door opened. I think he spent around $500,000 in about 6 years on all of this. But we can't say for sure because we haven't seen the other trials yet, and I'm sure they'll be even more elaborate.
Oh, I've seen this trial somewhere before. I know what's coming next.
It's possible he's conducting these trials and observing us to learn our weaknesses and defeat us in the final battle.
Good theory, but right now we need to focus on not getting hit by the laser. Listen, I don't quite understand lasers in games and how they can disintegrate things, because I've never seen such lasers in real life. Only those you can play with a cat or aim with a weapon.
Dobie, there are lasers in existence that are very powerful and used in materials processing or furniture manufacturing. Their strength allows them to cut through various objects.
Got it, thanks. Look, this guy is suggesting that we take some secret path. I'm not sure if we should listen to him or not.
Well, I think if it's a trap and we get killed there, it's not a big deal, because we'll just respawn and continue on the normal path. Plus, it's very curious to see what's there.
It looks like a giant suspended platform. Maybe we're about to have a boss battle. But why did that guy say it's a secret way?
It seems like all we can do is press this red button.
On the count of 3.
Let's go!
All right.
It seems like the button really spawned the boss. He looks like Mr. Stinky, but with legs made of sewer pipes.
And under his body, there's a large gear. What could that mean?
Maybe Mr. Stinky likes steampunk, and that's why he made a robot copy of himself. It even knows how to throw its hat. Perhaps it has artificial intelligence built in?
Given the advancement of technology, it's possible, but the problem is that Mr. Stinky is 1,000,000 years old and wouldn't have mastered such technology. However, considering how crazy he is, we can expect a lot from him.
Just a little more HP left for him. The key is not to get too close so he can't reach us with his hat.
Yes! That was a bit exhausting. He was too strong. Or maybe they gave us too weak of a weapon.
All right, what's next? We defeated him and they didn't even give us anything? What nonsense. Maybe they'll at least leave us the weapons.
Phew! I wanted to go back but accidentally jumped. No big deal. They'll respawn us now.
In the end, that guy just blatantly tricked us. He probably wanted to laugh at us failing, but something didn't go according to plan. Did you notice that the edges of these books have spikes? That's very dangerous.
And there were also some balls with spikes. They looked a lot like viruses. I hope we didn't get sick from being near them.
I think we almost ran into a spiked mace. I didn't even notice it when I was jumping.
Oh no, it's Yellow-Toothed Larissa. Grab the weapon and shoot her in the eye.
Listen, so that means she's Mrs. Stinky. Because her breath smells bad, looks like she hasn't brushed her teeth in a long time. Fate! I hope she at least takes a shower.
And she also has terrible makeup and an ugly wart on her face. So it all makes sense now. Mr. and Mrs. Stinky are dating. Very interesting.
Hooray! The second boss is defeated. After the video, we'll need to celebrate our victories.
Sheriff Labrador, do you remember how we saved the town from the approaching tsunami?
Of course, Dobie. I remember every day of our teamwork. Sometimes before bed, I recall many of our adventures together, and it warms my heart instantly.
That's wonderful. Let's tell this story to the guys then. After a long day at work, Labrador and I finally boarded the bus heading home. We were tired, but satisfied with a job well done. Suddenly, through the bus window, we noticed the sky darkening, and the sea began to rage. Taking a closer look, we realized a tsunami was approaching our town.
Without hesitation, we jumped up and asked the driver to stop the bus. The driver, seeing our determination, complied immediately. We rushed out of the bus and ran to the nearest police station to raise the alarm.
We knew time was short. At the station, we contacted local authorities and warned them of the impending threat. All services were immediately mobilized to evacuate people from coastal areas and reinforce the dikes.
I took on the coordination of the evacuation. Alongside firefighters and rescuers, we began going door to door, warning residents and helping them quickly leave the danger zone. Meanwhile, Dobie organized barricades and directed transport for evacuating people.
The work was intense, but coordinated. The townspeople acted quickly and efficiently, following our instructions. The tsunami was already approaching as we completed the evacuation and reinforced the last dikes.
When the wave hit, we were ready. The high barricades and reinforced dikes withstood the force of the water. The town remained intact, and the residents were safe.
After the tsunami receded, we inspected the town. The damage was minimal thanks to the quick response and collective efforts of all services. The residents thanked us for our prompt action and rescue.
We returned home with a sense of having accomplished something truly significant. A saved town and the grateful faces of the residents were the best reward for our hard work.
Guys, if you enjoy our stories, be sure to write about it in the comments because we have plenty more to share.
I hope this guy won't interfere with us now.
It seems he's really getting in our way. Ugh, why did he stand up there and not move? There's no space as it is.
Let's remember another story about the cunning plan of the raccoons so we don't get too upset.
We went outside to investigate and saw strange glowing objects in the sky, resembling UFOs. These were devices disrupting the operation of electrical appliances, and their origin remained a mystery until we received a message from local residents who had seen raccoons placing something suspicious in the sewers.
We realized that raccoons, known for their cunning, had been planning this scheme for years, aiming to bring us back to the Stone Age. It posed a serious threat to our town, and we had to act quickly.
Gathering a team, we descended into the sewer pipes where we discovered and deactivated the devices disrupting electricity. It was a dangerous mission, but thanks to our unity and professionalism, we managed to succeed.
Look, we've reached some kind of cup. I think it's a trap. It can't be this easy. Someone is probably going to ambush us now.
Well, what should we do? Let's take it.
Yes, we were right. It was actually predictable. But the fact that this cup is our weapon is amazing.
How did Mr. Stinky make this robot? I wonder if it's hollow inside, but it's pure steel, so it must be very heavy. You have to be careful it doesn't fall on you, or it'll crush you flat.
It's possible it's not even a robot, but a giant suit. Maybe he's sitting inside it and controlling it.
Oh no, I didn't expect his attack to kill in one hit. It's okay though, everything's saved, and he's down to less than half HP. We'll finish him off quickly now. Let's go.
I didn't quite understand. He has another attack where he jumps, but just in case, I jump too. Maybe it's his lethal ground wave.
Yeah! Great job, Labrador. It seems that was the final boss. We can safely leave this cursed school now.
I hope they let us keep this cup. Besides reminding us of our victory and the effort we put into overcoming all the trials, it can still shoot. I would like a weapon disguised as a regular item. It could save someone's life.
And when you hold it in your hands, you run very fast. Probably because you feel pride in your victory and gain motivation.
Thank you for the support and for being a good conversation partner, Dobie. Without our teamwork, we wouldn't have made it to the end and wouldn't have been able to defeat the final boss.
Thank you too, Lab. I really enjoyed this place. Guys, if you know any other interesting Roblox places, be sure to write them in the comments so we can check them out.
All right, guys, it's time to move on to the next place. Hello, everybody. Sheriff Labrador and Dobie here.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. As you may have guessed, today we are escaping from Mr. Smiley's daycare. Let's get started.
It's hard not to notice all these neon arrows leading to the ventilation. By the way, didn't you find it strange that he was just standing there staring at us?
I think all these facts point to Mr. Smiley conducting experiments on us, or he's playing with us like we're lab rats.
You must be right, and he's just crazy. I think he'll be watching us through surveillance cameras throughout all the trials. Brr!
I agree, it's creepy, but we're sheriffs. We won't be scared by that.
Meanwhile, we're parkouring over pipes in the sewers. Did we fall into a manhole?
I don't remember that either. I think we entered through the ventilation, not a manhole. Everything in this daycare is so strange.
Well, it doesn't matter. The important thing is that I'm the best parkourist in our town, and we'll get through this challenge quickly.
Let's think about how we got here. We're not kids, after all.
It seems like there are two possibilities here. Either he's grabbing everyone and tossing them in a cell regardless of age, or he's a bit blind and didn't notice we're not kids.
It seems to me like he knew we were sheriffs and wanted to see if professionals could pass all his challenges.
That's also a great theory, but we still have to figure all of this out.
Oh, look, there's a big fan on the floor here. It blows so hard that we're being lifted up.
But we need to be careful and watch out for the laser to protect our heads.
Great job. We've reached the next obstacle. I see a grill ahead. It looks like we need to press these buttons to open it.
I hope we don't have to press them simultaneously.
Let's check it now. We just need to jump over this rotating platform.
We've been walking through this sewer for a long time. I have a question. Why is it so gigantic, and where does all this acidic water come from?
Great. There's just one button left. I don't understand why they made such a huge sewer, but I think the acid is what powers all these mechanisms and engines in these trials.
I remembered an interesting story about how we saved our city from an acid flood, but I'll tell it in a couple of minutes. So watch the video to the end, guys.
Great, the gates are open. Let's go.
Hold on, we need to pass one more rotating platform.
I know we can do it. This was a very simple challenge.
I'm still bothered by the fact that the sewer is connected to the ventilation. The whole daycare must smell awful.
It seems like it's depicted here that children love us and pull us towards the ground. What could this mean? And who leaves these drawings?
Wow, look, he's right in front of us. Why isn't he paying attention to us? I don't think he can't hear us.
I think he's deliberately ignoring us to attack when we least expect it.
Oh, you were right, but now we need to make a run for it.
He's very close. Ow! Oh no, what's happening? Where is he taking us?
If I'm honest, I didn't understand his intentions. Maybe he wanted to take us back to the cell but accidentally swallowed us.
It seems to me that those crawling kids distracted us. We need to check on this right now.
It looks like both Mr. Smiley and the kids are interested in us. They seem to be in it together. Perhaps he feeds them a special blend.
Great, it seems like we've confused him a bit and he's stuck. It's a good moment to make our escape.
It seems we need to jump into this hole. Goodbye, Mr. Smiley.
Hey, just don't crash on the way down.
Nice job, Dobie. We landed next to the ball pit. Let's keep going.
I already have an idea of what we need to do in this challenge. One pipe should be enough for us.
While we're going through this challenge, let's tell the guys the promised story.
With pleasure, I will tell this story. This day started off as usual, but soon we began receiving alarming reports from the townspeople. Water coming out of their taps was unusual, starting to acidify and even change color. Labrador and I were immediately dispatched to investigate this strange situation.
Arriving on scene, we inspected several homes and saw that the situation was indeed serious. Water flowing from the taps was not only acidic, but also of various colors, from green to purple. This immediately put us on alert because such a thing couldn't be a coincidence.
We began our investigation and soon discovered that the problem stemmed from an error by one of the sewer workers who had mistakenly connected the pipes beneath the laboratory. Waste from the lab, containing acidic substances, had started to flow into the city's water systems.
We realized that if we didn't stop this flow of acid, the city could be in danger. We urgently called in specialists to help us regain control of the situation and prevent further contamination of the water.
Through our combined efforts with our team, we set up temporary barriers and started pumping out the contaminated water from the system. While engineers worked to fix the errors, we ensured the safety of residents and coordinated the evacuation of those in particularly hazardous areas.
Wow, look, while we were telling the story, we reached the boss battle. The sign said we need to knock Mr. Smiley down. But how do we do that?
Let's get this sorted out. I noticed there are small children on his platform. I'm sure they'll be in our way.
Let's observe what he's going to do.
I think it's better to run before he jumps on us.
Oh, let's retreat.
Two, we need to be more careful, just like the sewer worker under the laboratory from our story.
I agree. He should have been more careful when he was fixing the pipes. But the main thing is that everything turned out fine, and this incident showed us how important it is to be vigilant and prepared to help, regardless of the job.
Oh no! Did you see how that kid sneakily grabbed our legs and wouldn't let go? Where does he get all that strength from? And he pulled us down too. But now we know we need to steer clear of those kids.
I got it. We need to lure him and wait until he starts attacking, then step aside at the right moment so he falls into the lava.
Ha ha ha! Why do these kids fly so amusingly into the stratosphere?
Why is he so close to the edge but not falling? Maybe we need to wait a bit longer or step back a bit later.
Try to step back as quickly as possible so he doesn't have time to react.
And also, we need to stand closer to the edge of this platform.
Oh no! One kid did manage to grab onto us after all. How did that happen? There were so few of them left here.
Yay! We dodged it! That's what you get, Mr. Smiley. I hope we don't encounter him again, and he won't hinder our escape from here.
Let's continue our escape. The main thing is not to fall now. That would be really frustrating, especially if we had to start the battle all over again.
Looks like we need to take the elevator. There are so many floors. It seems like this isn't a daycare, but an entire complex.
Wow! Just look at how enormous these rooms are. I can't believe all this was made by Mr. Smiley just to amuse himself by watching us go through these trials and fall into traps.
Oops. Yeah, this is all very strange and mystical. I wish the author had added some notes so we could better understand the plot. Damn. Here we go again with these rotating platforms, and there are 10 times more of them.
And I also see a bunch of swinging maces ahead. There must be 10 times more of them than in one of the previous trials. Why are we being tortured now if we defeated Mr. Smiley and there's no one left to watch us? Or maybe those little crawling kids are actually adult souls trapped in children's bodies. Brr.
And it's like the kids actually organized all of this, and Mr. Smiley was just a tool in their hands. That's truly creepy, Dobie, but I think we're overthinking it. This daycare couldn't have such a well-thought-out and captivating plot. We should save this idea and create a game like this. Guys, would you play a game created by Sheriff Labrador and Dobie?
Hey, that sounds like a great idea. Now we just need to learn how to create games. Speaking of games, since we're on the topic, let's tell the guys the story about how we saved our residents' computers from a massive virus outbreak.
Of course. Don't worry, there won't be any viruses in our game. It just happens to be a coincidence. This day seemed ordinary until we started receiving anxious calls from the town residents. Everyone was talking about strange updates on their computers that couldn't be postponed. Immediately after installing the updates, their screens were flooded with pop-ups, and some computers demanded ransom to unlock. Someone was so scared that they even threw their computer in the trash. Dobie and I realized this was serious and required immediate action.
Our first step was to determine the source of the problem. We found out that the operating system update came from one of the largest software companies. We went there to conduct our investigation.
At the company, we discovered that none of the employees were aware of what was happening. However, after carefully examining the security logs, we found out that a new employee had recently joined the company. This employee had been planning their sinister plan for years, writing the virus in advance and figuring out how to embed it into the update. He wrote it down on a flash drive and once he was hired, put his plan into action.
Realizing the need for swift action, we turned to the city's best programmers. Together, we started working on removing the virus and restoring the systems. We had to immerse ourselves in cybersecurity to understand how to combat this evil.
The process was complex and demanding. We had to develop special programs to remove the virus and recover data on infected computers. Programmers worked day and night, while we ensured coordination and support.
Thanks to our combined efforts and perseverance, we managed to create a program that eliminated the virus and restored the systems of the town's residents. We spread it through local media and social networks so everyone could download and install this fix.
Hooray! Dobie, we've escaped from that daycare. That means it's time for us to say goodbye. But the thing is, we still have a couple of adventures ahead. So don't switch off as we launch the next place.
Hello, dear friends.
Dobie, did you forget that we just entered the next place?
Oops, forget it. Now we're going to escape from the angry mom's head.
And here we've met the first one. As far as I know, the further we go, the smarter they get. That means it'll be harder, but also more interesting.
Even though they are slow, we need to hurry. They can still bite our tails.
To be honest, they look even scarier than the running heads. By the way, guys, if you haven't watched us escape from the running heads yet, make sure to check it out.
Wow, that was awesome how we jumped over her. She didn't even realize what happened at first.
Great, we've reached the checkpoint. I think we're halfway there. Dobie, have you ever wondered how we even ended up in this place? We're wandering through this maze, and behind every corner, the evil mom's head could be waiting for us. It's impressive, but also creepy.
You know, Labrador, I never thought our day off would end like this. We just wanted to try a new mode in Roblox, and here we are, wandering through this maze. Honestly, this challenge turned out to be much harder than I expected.
Definitely. I thought it would just be another fun adventure, not such an intense horror. Every time we turn a corner, my heart skips a beat. I wonder who came up with this evil mom's head idea.
I think the developers wanted to add an element of surprise and fear, and they nailed it. Just think about how well they conveyed the atmosphere. But still, we need to figure out how to get out of here.
Agreed. Let's think logically. This maze must have some patterns. Maybe if we carefully examine the walls and floor, we'll find clues or even hidden paths.
Good idea. And we should remember not to take the same paths twice. The evil mom's head might remember our movements and set up an ambush. Let's try to take a more winding route and leave marks on the walls to avoid getting lost.
Yes, and one more thing. We need to support each other. That way, we have a better chance of overcoming the challenges. And if something goes wrong, one of us can help the other.
Exactly. All right, Labrador, let's pull ourselves together and try to get out of here. Let's focus on finding the exit.
There are really a lot of them here. When did they manage to multiply like this? They're still pretty dumb, though. I hope they'll be smarter in the next stage.
Strange. It's a big and empty room. Maybe there's a trap here?
Perhaps then it's worth looking around and moving carefully.
Oops! Looks like she was hiding behind the column. How did we not notice her? She's so gigantic.
I see a yellow arrow pointing upwards. I think it's indicating the exit. Now, we just need to get over this hill.
It seems suspiciously easy.
Looks like you were right to be suspicious. We should have been more careful with our jumps.
The main thing is not to smack into her face again. That would be really awkward.
There she sits. How did she get up there? Maybe she also wanted to pass through this place, but accidentally fell in and got stuck.
Hooray, Sheriff Labrador! We've completed the first stage. Let's see if the challenges get tougher now.
I wonder what this place is. It looks like a wooden house in a village. I think it's going to be some kind of maze, but more complicated than the last one.
Wow! She was standing right around the corner and came out very unexpectedly. By the way, to make this stage more interesting, let's reminisce about interesting stories while we go through it.
I'm all for it, Dobie. I'd like to tell the story of how we found a ghost in an abandoned school. That evening started like any other patrol. Dobie and I decided to walk around the outskirts of our town and noticed an old, abandoned school. There had been rumors for a long time that a ghost inhabited it, so we decided to check it out ourselves.
We approached the old building, its doors creaking in the wind, and decided to go inside. From the very beginning, the atmosphere inside was ominous. Dim corridors, cracked walls, and remnants of school supplies scattered everywhere. It was quiet, too quiet.
We walked through the corridors, lighting our way with flashlights. Every rustle and creak made us tense up. And then, in one of the classrooms, we noticed something strange. A glowing spot on the wall. It looked like a silhouette.
As we got closer, the glowing spot began to move. We immediately realized it was a ghost. It looked like a small child, sad and lost. We weren't scared, but decided to find out what it wanted.
We tried to talk to the ghost. At first, it didn't respond. But then we heard a faint whisper. It told us that its name was Tommy and that he had been a student at this school. Many years ago, he had disappeared under mysterious circumstances, and now his spirit couldn't leave this place.
Tommy told us that he wanted to find his old diary, which was very important to him. He hoped that finding it would allow him to find peace and move on. We decided to help him.
We searched the entire school, and in one of the old lockers, we found Tommy's diary. It was dusty, but still intact. When we returned the diary to the ghost, he thanked us and began to glow even brighter.
Tommy smiled at us and said that now he could leave. His silhouette gradually faded into the air, and the school became quiet and empty once more. We felt relief and satisfaction knowing that we had helped his spirit find peace.
This story reminded us that even in the most mysterious and frightening places, goodness and justice can be found. We left the school feeling like we had done something important. And although we returned to our ordinary world, that evening in the abandoned school will stay in our memory forever.
I can already see the end. Hooray!
I didn't expect that. She emerged from the textures.
I agree. That was a bit unfair, but it doesn't matter because we completed this stage.
All right, let's see what's on this level.
Everything is purple and looks like it's stitched from threads. Maybe we're inside a giant sweater.
Did you see that? There was an unusual head, an evolved two-headed creature. Brr, that's creepy.
I think to make it less creepy, we should recall something fun, like when the entire team of sheriffs went on a nature tour together. This day started like a wonderful adventure. Our team of sheriffs decided to go on a nature tour together. We had been planning this trip for a long time. And finally, everyone gathered at the meeting point with the guide. Each of us was equipped with a hiking backpack and a sleeping bag. It was a great time to forget about work and enjoy nature.
Everyone was excited. Fresh air, beautiful nature, and the opportunity to spend time with friends and colleagues. Our guide, an experienced outdoorsman, began the tour by talking about the plants and animals we might encounter in the forest. We walked along narrow trails, enjoying the beauty of the surrounding world.
But, as with any trip, there were some funny moments. One of our colleagues, Sheriff Rex, forgot to bring an extra pair of underwear. He realized this only when we set up camp and started unpacking our things. At first, he was embarrassed and didn't know how to admit it.
Rex was in an awkward situation, but we decided to support him. Everyone started making jokes and suggesting solutions to the problem. Someone even suggested using a spare handkerchief as a temporary replacement. We laughed until we cried, and it really lightened the mood.
In the evening, after a long hike, we lit a campfire and started cooking dinner. The guide told us some interesting stories about the local nature, and we shared our impressions of the day. Most of us really enjoyed the active rest, especially the chance to escape the city bustle and enjoy being one with nature.
When night fell, we lay down in our sleeping bags under the open sky. The rustling of trees and the starry sky created an atmosphere of peace and tranquility. Rex, despite his awkward situation, laughed along with us and was grateful for the support.
The next day, we continued our journey, feeling refreshed and energized. Everyone was satisfied, and even Rex said that the incident became a funny memory that he would remember for a long time. In the end, this trip strengthened our team and gave us many positive emotions.
This nature tour showed us that even in the most unexpected situations, we can find reasons for laughter and joy. We returned home with new experiences and a sense of unity, ready for new challenges and adventures.
Did you notice that we are currently in some kind of natural area? What an interesting coincidence.
Yeah, even the angry heads are wearing wreaths. Ha ha!
Labrador, did you notice that in all today's mazes, there are arrows that give hints and arrows that lead to death?
Of course, I realized it as soon as I saw the two different arrows, one red and one green. Everything became clear right away. Hey, Dobie, have you ever wondered why nature seems so beautiful only when you stop and really feel it?
Yeah, Labrador. I think about that a lot. It seems like in our everyday lives, we're too rushed to notice the details. We walk past trees and flowers without even looking at them. But as soon as we stop and slow down, the world around us begins to unfold.
I agree. When we stop, we start to notice the little things. How the leaves rustle in the wind, how the sun filters through the tree canopies, how the birds sing their melodies. It's like nature reveals its secrets to us.
Exactly. In those moments, you start to understand how harmoniously everything is arranged. All this beauty was always here, but we didn't see it because we were too busy. Nature teaches us to be more attentive and to appreciate the present.
Yeah, and I think nature helps us feel like part of something bigger. When you stand in the middle of a forest or by a lake, you realize that all our problems and worries seem so small and insignificant.
Absolutely. That feeling of unity with nature is calming and helps recharge us. I think that's why many people seek solitude in nature when they need to relax or think about something important.
And rightly so. Nature seems to fill us with energy. Every time we spend time outdoors, we return to work with new strength and ideas. It's invaluable.
True. And spending time in nature teaches us to be more patient and observant. We start to see how everything in nature develops gradually, without rushing. It's a good lesson for us.
Guys, that's the end of the first part of our escape. If you want to see the second part, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.
See you
you
later.
later.